हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू एसएसबी क्रैक एग्जाम्स। मैं हूं अनुराधा और आज के सेशन में मैं डिस्कस करूंगी 30 ऐसे इंडियन आर्मी के रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस जो कि आपके पर्सनल इंटरव्यू में पूछा जा सकता है इन योर अपकमिंग एसएसबी इंटरव्यू, स्पेसिफिकली इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर द आर्मी रिलेटेड एंट्रीज। तो चलिए देखते हैं ऐसे कौन से आर्मी रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस है जो आपसे पूछा जा सकता है और जिसके लिए आपको तैयारी करके जाना है। So the first question is, what motivated you to join the Indian Army? What do you know about the history of the Indian Army? What are the different types of commissions that one can receive in the Indian Army? Can you describe the organizational structure of the Indian Army? What are the primary roles and responsibilities of an Indian Army officer? Can you describe the training process that Indian Army officers undergo? What do you know about the current operations that the Indian Army is involved in? यहाँ पे आपको नाम भी पूछा जा सकता है operations के, so make sure that you know them. Can you discuss a specific instance where the Indian Army showed its courage and bravery? How do you keep yourself physically fit and mentally strong for the challenges of the Indian Army? How do you think you can contribute to the Indian Army if you are selected? तो यहाँ पे आपको बताना है कि कैसे आप Indian Army को help करना चाहते हो. What is the difference between leadership and management, and how do these qualities apply to the Indian Army? How do you deal with a difficult situation or stress while in the army? What is your understanding of the term morale, and how important is it for an army unit? What are the different types of weapons and equipment used by the Indian Army? तो यहाँ पे आपको weapons या equipment के नाम भी पूछा जा सकता है. इसके साथ साथ कौन से tanks यूज करते हैं आर्मी, या कौन से helicopters एविएशन कोर में यूज किया जाता है आर्मी एविएशन कोर में, ये भी पूछा जा सकता है. उसके साथ साथ they can also ask you, how does the Indian Army ensure the welfare of its personnel and their families? That means how do they take care of the Indian Army officers or the soldiers and their family? What is your opinion on the role of women in the Indian Army? ये बहुत important question है. Basically ये female candidates को पूछा जाता है और ये this is again a very very important question जो हर एक female candidate को answer करना है और answer करना चाहिए. So please make sure that you guys are preparing about the role of women in the Indian Army or the future of women officers in the Indian Army. Next is, how does the Indian Army maintain its discipline and values? What are the qualities that a good army officer should possess according to you? What are the different ways in which the Indian Army contributes to the development of the nation? Next is, how do you balance the risks and benefits of serving in the Indian Army? What do you know about the Army's rank structure, and what are the different insignia that signify an officer's rank? You should know this very very clearly. How does the Indian Army work with other branches of the military and other security agencies? के साथ साथ वो theaterization of the forces, जो 3 forces है हमारे Indian Army, Navy और Air Force, इन तीनों forces के theaterization के बारे में भी आपसे पूछ सकते हैं. So make sure you know that. How does the Indian Army use technology in its operations, and what role do you think technology will play in the future of the Indian Army? तो यहाँ पे artificial intelligence, drones वगैरह ये सारी चीजें बहुत important है, तो इसके बारे में भी आपको बात करना है. Next is, can you discuss any challenges that the Indian Army faces in the current geopolitical scenario, and how would you address them? What do you think are the key leadership challenges faced by the army officers, and how do you plan to overcome them? What do you think is the most critical quality an army officer should possess, and why? What are the ethics and values of the Indian Army, and how do you see yourself aligning with them? The next lot of questions can be, can you describe any social initiative taken by the Indian Army to support the community, and how you think you can contribute to them? So here you can come up with different rescue operations, different workshops that have been organized by the Army and all. How does the Indian Army foster a culture of innovation, and can you give an example of an innovative idea or project undertaken by the Army? How does the Indian Army maintain its operational readiness, and what are some of the training exercises that are conducted to prepare for different contingencies? तो आपको समझ में आ गया है, ये बहुत ही ज्यादा डेप्थ में जाके इंडियन आर्मी के रिलेटेड आपको पढ़ना है इफ यू गोइंग फॉर द आर्मी एंट्रीज. सिमिलरली इफ यू गोइंग फॉर नेवी और एयरफोर्स एंट्रीज, आपको इसी तरह नेवी और एयरफोर्स के बारे में भी जानकारी रखना है. सो टू गेट मोर इंफॉर्मेशन, मोर सजेशंस regarding the personal interview, regarding the SSB interview questions, I would suggest you to join our SSB interview online course, which is the best online course in the entire market. और हमारा जो अक्टूबर लाइव क्लासेस के बैच है फॉर एसएसबी इंटरव्यू, इट इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 2nd of October, so make sure you are joining the live classes as well. जिसमें आपका हैंड्स ऑन प्रिपरेशन हो जाएगा एसएसबी इंटरव्यू के लिए। इसके साथ साथ अगर आप बाकी कोई भी रिटन डिफेंस एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर करना चाहते हो तो उसके लिए भी कोर्सेज हमारे ऐप में अवेलेबल है। तो बस आपको हमारे ऐप को डाउनलोड करना है और वॉरियर 10 का कोड यूज करना है, जिससे आपको 10% का डिस्काउंट हर एक कोर्स में मिल सके। So that is it from my side. I hope that the session was useful for you. जो हमने 30 ऐसे क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस किए हैं रिगार्डिंग इंडियन आर्मी, आई थिंक जो भी आर्मी एंट्रीज के लिए जा रहे हैं वो इन क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स को जरूर प्रिपेयर करके जाए, ताकि आपको और भी क्लैरिटी मिल सके। और अगर ऐसे क्वेश्चन आगे आपके SSB interview में you could answer them in a very strong and a confident manner, that will obviously create a very good impression of you on the interviewing officer. So do not miss this chance, and I'll see you next with something more interesting and helpful for your upcoming SSB. Till then, stay tuned with us and Jai Hind.
अगर आप एक डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट हैं और SSB इंटरव्यू, NDA, CDS, FCAT जैसे एग्जाम्स के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं तो आप SSB क्रैक एग्जाम्स के कोर्स को चेक करना ना भूलें। आप हमारी लर्निंग एप्लीकेशन को गूगल प्ले स्टोर से भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं।